Emma, how excited are you about competing in the KAIROS 2 Pro Jiu Jitsu under 55 kg female division at the end of April?
Very excited. I am actually competing in AJP tomorrow, and it suddenly dawned on me this morning, like, okay, I'm competing tomorrow because I've just been thinking about the Kairos. That's what I've been kind of excited for, and seeing each update as to who's going to be in it. Like, yeah, it's been good.
It's a fantastic group of women. I am very excited to see how it all plays out. But it's really great to be able to chat with you today for the KAIROS Pro Jiu Jitsu podcast, Emma, and the KAIROS 2 event happening on the 27th of April, hosted at Escapology BJJ and sponsored by 866 Jiu Jitsu Wellness Camp based in Whaley Bridge in Derbyshire. Go and check out their latest events and get yourself booked on. Frontier Risks Group, disruptors to the security and risk management space. If you're a professional already operating in the security, risk management, safety, or consultancy space, you can choose from a range of courses designed to enhance your knowledge, skill set, and network. Two Chefs Meal Prep, delivering nationwide. I'm really looking forward to trying the black bean chicken, especially if it's as good as a salmon and ratatouille. Get a week's worth of meals so you don't have to worry, especially when you're busy training. Go and place an order. Jits Magazine, your home for BJJ and Jiu Jitsu news, including the latest in MMA, events, results, interviews, and features. And me, Jiu Jitsu Lou, podcast host Lou Temlett, and your host of this show, aiming to get more people listening and watching to great Jiu Jitsu podcasts. Go and check us out. The links are in the show notes. Emma, so there is a £2,000 prize pot. You're excited for the actual event, but how much more excited are you for the £2,000 prize pot?
I've not really thought about that. I just take each match as it comes, and yeah.
What would it mean having £2,000 in your bank account?
Yeah, that would be pretty good. I like to go compete a lot, and I like to get abroad, so yeah, it would be useful.
It sounds like a lot of you will be using the prize money for traveling and more competing. Now, talk to me about your competition history and your present day competition strategy, Emma.
So yeah, I've always done lots of competitions. I started in judo, so then started at 14. I was traveling around the UK doing different competitions, and then jiu-jitsu's kind of been the same. I do tend to do a lot of the IBJJF events at the moment because that seemed to be the best way to get decent pools of competitors. Because it seems like in the UK, a lot of the competitions like don't always have good brackets. Although saying that, AJB tomorrow, I can't believe it. There's 11 of us. They've mixed brown and black belts. And that's all masters as well. That's not even adults. So that's like a range of women from 32 to 39. So I am excited about that one. It's just KAIROS has kind of taken the spotlight for a bit. But yeah, no, I am excited to compete tomorrow in that. It's a great bracket. So yeah, and then like most recently, I guess in the last year, I went to the Euros in Paris, although unfortunately I did lose the first round. Then I have medalled in Venice, Milan, Barcelona. I did like a run of trips last year. I actually did them solo because trying to take the family abroad is just a lot more expensive. My husband, thankfully, like supported me to go away and do those. So, and then we did go together in January to Lisbon for the Europeans. He did well. I didn't. I don't seem to do so well at the Europeans lately.
Oh, fantastic. And I think, traveling around, competing in the IBJJF that kind of seemingly have the full brackets, but AJP with 11 black and brown belt females in masters, that's just incredible.
Yeah. Can't believe it. Yeah, really good. Sadly, like they have some people have got a bye. I haven't. So if I lose my first, I'll be out. Whereas like if you've got a bye, you get that second chance if you lose your first. So I'm a bit gutted the way the draw's gone, but it's what it is. Like just go out and go out and enjoy it.
It sounds like a very interesting event. Obviously, all competitions are interesting, but the mindset about going out and enjoying the competition as much as maybe worrying about it. Certainly, from some of the lower belts, we might worry much more about competing. But does that come into your game at all? Worrying about competition?
It definitely does. I think with tomorrow's event, because it is brown and black mixed, I haven't put any pressure on myself, and that's when the nerves come to me. So when I think like that I should do well, then that's when, yeah, I start to get nervous and start to think that I need to win, and I start to put pressure on myself, and that's when I feel really nervous. And you don't perform like that, so you do have to try and, well, personally, I feel like I need to just try and go out, enjoy it, and relax. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Well, for me anyway, it's not necessarily about going out and winning every single time. It's going out there, testing myself, and just trying to do the best that I can. Like if you don't enjoy it, then what are you doing it for?
Yeah. I agree. It's about the level of enjoyment and just releasing your mind and kind of spirit for the worry and enjoying. But you've had your mind on KAIROS too. What aspects have you been focusing on for KAIROS too?
I don't think there's anything specific. Like I always train gi and no gi, so I've just been doing my usual training schedule. It it can be hard sometimes because I have a 3-year-old son, Matthew, and my husband works as a magician and children's entertainer. So typically his work is at the weekends. So it can be difficult to try and get to open mats, which is something I like to do. So it's just always just taking the opportunity to get in the training where I can, and do as much as I can. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Now, the KAIROS 2 is the first KAIROS event for you. How are you feeling about the rule set and the setup for the coin toss, the no gi, the gi? What do you, whilst you train both, what do you favour?
I do favour the gi. Coming from a judo background, that's just where I feel comfortable, and it's just what I prefer. But equally, I like I like no gi too. But I did watch the first Kairos event, and that the coin flip, it just was really exciting to watch. And I thought, yeah, I'm even more excited for to be in an event like that. I think it just gives that a little bit of suspense, like just before the match, not knowing exactly what you're going into. And obviously, it's the same for your competitor as well. So, yeah, I just really love that format. And the rule set, adult rules, it's fine. Yeah, I like to reap and be able to do heel hooks in Ogi, which you can't do in Masters, which is a shame. But yeah, with this event, I get to fight under that rule set, which is great.
Fantastic. And I don't know what I was going to ask you next. Obviously, this is not edited. This is straight out of the can. So, Emma, bear with me. Let's talk about the under 55 female division. How important is it to really accommodate and support the under 55 women?
Yeah, I think it's really important because whilst we say jiu-jitsu is about being the bigger person, like when you're both trained, like weight does come into it, does make a difference. So to be able to have that opportunity to fight at that weight category is great. I mean, it's slightly lower than what I usually do because I normally go featherweight for IBJJF, so it would be like 56 and a half. So it's slightly less, but obviously that's not really much. So yeah, it's good because a lot of events tend to go around that under 65 kilos mark. So it's
Yeah.
nice to have under 55 brackets, definitely.
Yeah. From what I've spoken with a number of the other women, it sounds like the under 55 kg game is much faster, much more exciting. What's your experience as a seasoned and experienced competitor?
Yeah, it is. It does tend to be kind of fast, lots of action. And whilst I compete in that weight, I typically always have a go at the absolute if I get the chance. So I always like to kind of mix it up and jump in the absolute, and you do see the kind of difference in styles across the weight categories. So yeah.
And do you think your judo game is going to come a bit more into play being a judo black belt?
A little bit. I tend to find that if someone knows, they do tend to fall guard. And I won't say that I feel like I didn't do the best kind of transition at like in terms of utilizing that judo when I came across, because I just found with the rules, like with someone could just stiff arm you and just keep you at bay, whereas like that wouldn't be allowed in judo. So I feel like I didn't make like a great use of the judo so far, but it's definitely still there. It's something that I can utilize potentially.
Oh, that sounds very exciting. I love it when there's other martial arts within kind of individuals like yourself within their competition kind of remit. It just feels like a more complete and wholesome game that, just brings different aspects that might be more exciting. Um,
Mm-hmm.
this is the jiu-jitsu. No, it's not the jiu-jitsu. I'm really messing this one up. Sorry, Emma. This is the Kairos Pro Jiu-Jitsu podcast with me, Louise Emlet, coming to you from the UK. One of the things that would really help this show grow is by you subscribing on whichever platform you are listening or watching on. If you could do that for me right now, I'd be really grateful. And as always, check out the clips on YouTube and Instagram at Kairos_pro_jiu-jitsu. Today, I'm having a conversation with Emma Louise Thompson. So, Emma, talk to me a bit more about your judo experience and the fact that you've been training jiu-jitsu and martial arts for 21 years.
Yes, as I said, like when I was competing in judo, I'd pretty much be competing most weekends. And when I got into it, I didn't even know competitions existed. I started at Pinewood Judo Club, which is well known in the judo world. Well, I say well, but as a very competitive kind of club, especially with the juniors. And I don't know, I just got stuck into it, and yeah, never looked back really. It's I found like the judo training at that sort of age, it's really taught me about hard work and like putting in the effort to get the results, and that's just come through the rest of my life when it comes to my professional life, etc. Like it's kind of just stood me good for life, really.
Yeah. I think the ethics and the values around hard work pay off in so many different aspects of life, but particularly
Mm-hmm.
your jujitsu life. How do you kind of see that hard work playing out, apart from winning competitions? How is it benefiting your jujitsu game?
I don't know. I don't have to answer that.
Maybe around your approach to training, your resilience to kind of showing up for lots of different competitions. Obviously, competing doesn't necessarily come easy to a number of us. So there's an element
Mm-hmm.
of your contribution as a human being to your jiu-jitsu that has made, your success and your progress even better than it might have been.
Um, yeah, I guess like competing in a way almost feels second nature, because I started doing it at 14 years old. I'm 35 now. It's just been a part of my life. It's just what I've known. I think like my dad said to me the other day, "When are you going to retire?" And I thought like I don't know. It's just I just can't see myself not getting stuck into competitions. Like I just absolutely love the buzz around them, like the preparation, like getting ready for it, the focus, like the little routines that I have on the day. I just enjoy it. My son's only 3, but I hope that he will share that same passion as he gets older. But if he doesn't, that's fine. I just hope he can find an activity or sport that he enjoys. If it's not jujitsu, yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, so just like sport and training, it's just been part of my life, and keeps me sane, I suppose, as well. Like I work nearly full time as an accountant, um, kind of pretty busy job. So being able to get that release on the mats, and parenting as well, it all takes its toll. And I think it's just have a lot to juggle and balance, so I'm pretty much on the go all the time. But that's the way I like it to be.
It sounds very much like, you're a busy person, but actually, if you want to get something done, then it's you that we need to ask, Emma. But no more responsibilities. You're preparing for KAIROS 2 and various other competitions. Now,
Yeah.
talk to me about the balance of being a mum, and all of those other responsibilities, as well as kind of fitting in your training schedule and, just clearing some time to look after you in
Hmm.
preparation for that competition.
Yeah, I guess routine is like a big part of it. I'm quite fortunate that I work from home. Equally, I have flexible working hours. I do work kind of a typical office day, but my hours are extended because I work 4 days a week. I've squashed it into four. Um, I also use the flexi time to do one activity with my son during the week as well. So it's either his swimming or his gymnastics. So I alternate with my husband. I just take an extended lunch break and then just make sure I make those hours up over the week. So I feel like just having that midweek activity with him, that just helps me find that balance.
Hmm.
Um, and then I do S&C twice a week on top of the jiu-jitsu, and I get up early in the morning to do that, and I'm back showered, everything before Matthew's waking up. He doesn't wake up till sort of 7:30. So yeah, I'm back then, and I've done my whole workout, and he's only just waking up. So I feel like I haven't missed out on time with
Yeah,
him. That's I don't particularly like getting up at that hour, but for me, I just find it so beneficial to have done my training, and I haven't missed a single moment like with him. So and then it's just I make sure I have time for him before work, after work.
yeah,
Like it's just yeah, I kind of priority is having time with him, and then
yeah,
making training work around that.
yeah. I think it does sound like you've got your priorities in the right order.
Hmm.
When all of us are training jiu-jitsu or competing, whatever it happens to be, primarily to keep our well-being in check. It's the family that has to come first.
Hmm.
And those of us that, have children or don't have children, it's just one of those things to observe and, maybe note for the future, or, focus on bringing family, whether it's, parents or siblings or children, kind of back into that network of focus. Um, Talk to me about a bit more about Kairos 2, and or maybe after your competition at AJP, which when this episode goes out, you'll have maybe won AJP with the 11. um, but what happens between AJP and Kairos 2 for you?
Probably my usual training routines. I say like I have to manage my time like that. Like, and my husband trains too, so it is kind of like a bit of a negotiation over like who trains when. But we have the routine that works, that allows me to get in the best training that I can. So it's like I'm doing a couple of wrestling sessions, a couple of gi sessions, and a couple of no gi sessions. As like they typically tend to be like an hour of 1 hour class with mainly technique, sometimes a bit of situational at the end of that. And then I'll try to get to probably one or two open mats as well. Yeah, trying to get in some different partners. I visit a gym, IMA in Leeds, where I've got a couple of good girls that come down and we have some decent rounds. So.
Good. What aspect of training do you think has, or maybe aspect of life, do you think has progressed you the most in your jiu-jitsu career? By this, I'm thinking maybe it's the training, the strength and conditioning, maybe it's the competing, or maybe it's the family support. Is there any one thing that stands out for your, or maybe the routine actually, the kind
Yeah,
of
probably
the
is the routine and that balance of just getting that the little elements of everything. So, like obviously, I'm doing a bit of gi, no gi wrestling, like trying to be all rounded.
yeah,
Yeah, the S&C really helps. Like I've been kind of following a program with Be Strong PT for a couple of years now. He helped me from when I came back after having Matthew, just building that strength back up, that endurance. And he does a program for me every sort of 4 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer. And we kind of plan that around my competitions. So we can do different types of training when I am competing and when I'm not. And I feel like just doing that S&C, it just helps you feel that little bit more resilient to injuries, especially like when you're typically the lightest person on the mat or one of. Just having that kind of strength base to keep you kind of solid and injury free, hopefully.
Fantastic. So strength and conditioning and the routine, having time with your family, just having everything in order so that you can achieve everything you want to achieve. What does the rest of your kind of future in jiu-jitsu look like? More competing?
Yeah, definitely. I think my ultimate goal would probably be just to win the World Masters in Gi in Las Vegas, but that I want to do that with black belt. I'm not a black belt yet, so and I don't have an aspiration to World Master bracket. I end up winning that at. Do you know what I mean? If it takes me another 10, 20 years, that's fine. Like that would be like the competition that I'd like to win.
Okay, I love that. It's inspirational for any of us that are nowhere close, but we might also be masters. But any wishes for the rest of the women competing at KAIROS too, Emma?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Any positive kind of wishes or hopes for, to share for anyone else listening that might be competing in KAIROS too?
No, I just think it's like the level is just insane, and I really respect everyone that's on there. I think everyone's going to bring a great show. I think there's going to be some really exciting matches. Like it's not just about my matches. It's going to like to be there and see those other matches in person. I think it's going to be just a really great buzz around it, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone else.
Fantastic. Emma, how can people follow your journey if they're not already?
Bridge, my Instagram, which is emma.louise.t. That's pretty much where post all my competition results and sometimes bits of my training.
Fantastic. Well, good luck for AJP tomorrow. We look forward
Thank you.
to congratulating you on a win. And admittedly, all the strength and routine and all the amazing things that you need for KAIROS 2. We are very much looking forward to you competing.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tell your friends about this show, and as soon as this episode ends, I'd really appreciate you dropping the show a rating and a review. Thanks again for listening. Catch you on the next episode of the KAIROS Pro Jiu Jitsu podcast.